Cowboys defeated the Buffalo Bills in Super Bowl 27, we talked with a few fans in each of the cities. And that's when we met up with this enthusiastic fella.
What a Bills! And I can't wait to rub this in his face. You've been telling us this for over 10 years about Dallas.
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am your host, Tommy. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that thumbs up. This is the AFC Shakedown, man. Let's bring on my first guest here from the Sports Dynasty podcast. What is up, Juan? How you doing, brother?
How's everybody doing today? Glad to be here like always.
Cool, man. I appreciate you, man, coming on. I know it was a rough weekend for you. I did not see that happening, by the way. Obviously, we did the score predictions. Yikes. I mean, dude, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Let's start off with the real losers of the weekend, the Jets losing 26-0 to the Broncos, which we all guessed they would lose. But my God, has Zach Wilson played bad or what, man?
There was this one play where they showed, I believe it was 4 wide receivers set. 3 of them were bunched on the right-hand side. And they all ran literally the same route. A crosser to the left. If that doesn't show you how the Jeff offense hasn't been the last 3 weeks, that I don't know what else to say. 3 receivers running the same route. No,
it's bad, bro. Like, listen, I called this from the beginning. Obviously, listen. We all knew it wasn't like I'm a genius and I said the Jets are going to be bad, and they're bad. But my God, they're bad. Like, Captain D's in the building. Let's put Captain D in here. Captain D, what up? Can you hear us?
What's up? Yes, I can hear you. How you doing?
All right. We're talking about how shitty the Jets are. So, as I was saying, bro, I knew they would be bad, but I didn't know that they would be this god-awful. I know they got a new coach, Saleh. But defensive coach, you figure he'd bring a better coordinator in. You figure that they would surround the rookie with, better receivers, a backup quarterback that's a veteran. And they have done nothing for that guy. And it's already showing because, my God, he had 4 interceptions against you guys, against the Patriots. He had, 2 last week. He's just looking bad, and I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I just think he's on a god-awful team, and it's killing this kid's confidence because, I mean, how many more games can you go with multiple interceptions getting blown out? Captain D, did you watch that game or see that score? Or?
I watched a little bit of the game, of the highlights of it, and obviously the score, it was, it was a tough score to see if you're a fan of the Jets. But I'm a little surprised because I thought Robert Saleh would bring some leadership. The fact that, and we touched on this a couple of weeks back, that you would have a veteran quarterback there teaching this kid, as a mentorship. I'm a little surprised by that. I had the Jets winning week 1. I thought that they would be much more prepared, but obviously that's not the case right now.
No, it's definitely not the case. And they're just looking, it seems like they're getting worse each week. Right? Like the week 1, they kind of, I was like, okay, maybe they're going to maybe this coach is going to have them grind out. They'll lose games, but it'll be a little closer than what people thought because they got this coach motivating them. Because, man, remember, he was in San Fran. That guy was on the sideline. He was just, he's Mr. Motivation. Yeah. But this is a whole new role. You are the head coach now. You are responsible for bringing in players and coaches that are going to help the young guy out. And I feel like he failed already in this first season. Because right? Am I right? Because I don't see this team winning a game. Like, do you guys see this team honestly? Could this team go down as the first 0-17 team ever?
I think it's a good possibility. Definitely.
He definitely did fail on bringing coaches to help this team out. Apparently, Green Bay has the better LaFleur because Mike LaFleur is a piece of garbage. Apparently, mind you, he was behind Kyle Shanahan, so you would think he learned something, but apparently not.
Right. No. Apparently not. Right. So the next game I want to get to is the Dolphins Raiders. Interesting game. I actually watched the fourth quarter all the way to the overtime, and it was back and forth. Man, listen, I gotta say, Jacoby, man, he played his ass off. He didn't have any like scoring touchdowns, but man, he was not scared. He went against a Raiders team that was undefeated. They in their house, and it came down to overtime. And to be honest with you, the defense failed Miami in this case. So what do you got? I mean, Captain D, this is your team, babe. What happened? What happened
is a mess. We're up 14-0. A Landon Roberts, a pick six. The Raiders are feeling themselves coming into this game. A pick six. And Malcolm Brown, a couple plays later, waltzes into the end zone. If you're a Dolphins fan, you're feeling on top of the world right now. But 25 unanswered points. 25 unanswered points. I mean, as a Dolphins fan, yeah, we were in it late. We forced it to overtime, but you got to pull this off. You know what I mean? 14-0 lead. You give up 25 points. We do bring it to overtime, but I mean, just disappointing. The defense clearly let us down. Jason Sanders missed an extra point. I mean, this was all just
that's crazy.
Typical Dolphins collapse. And I'll be honest, and I'm gonna be real here. I was that fan creeping out at home early from the stadiums because you just get tired of seeing this behavior as watching your team. It's disappointing, but coming into this week, I'm going to be more positive. We got a chance to get back to 500.
All right, we'll talk about that later.
You can do that.
right. We'll get into that. So, I will say, not only did your defense let you down, the coaches let you down. I mean, honestly, were they not prepared? Like your coach, I like him. I do. I think he's one of the coaches that came from that Bill Belichick system that's working.
That's actually good. Yeah.
Like that's actually, that's producing something, right? Like that's not going back home, right? Like, so, but I just feel like he's already kind of dropped the ball in the whole Tua situation early on. And then now, like, man, this is year two. You had all this cap space. You had all these draft picks. And your defense is looking sloppy. Your offense has done nothing still. Like, I don't know. Like, is it the GM? What's going on there? Did they pick the wrong guy in Tua? Possibly. And we'll get into that later because I'm hearing rumors again on Tua. What do you think, Jose? What do you think about that, man? Juan, what do you think about that?
So I was reading one of the comments from you guys.
Oh, okay. What do you say here? Let's see here. No, it's all right. Pats, let's see what Jose says. Pats fan, bro, how do you feel about your O-line? They clearly have trouble against twists and stunts. The Pats look to me clearly bad coach, and they look so unprepared. Man, so Jose bringing the heat.
From when we get to the Saints game, or do you want me to answer that right now?
No, we're about to get it. We're going to get to the Saints. You got anything else to add on to the Dolphins? Bad performance.
So yeah, what was the question? You asked me a question about that game. I'm sorry. What was the question?
What do you feel about their coaching staff so far? Like, what do you think? Like, have they done a fair job? I mean, considering all the draft picks they had, all the salary cap, should they be better than what they're showing so far in year two? with the coach?
Okay, so week 1 they played well. Then again, it's not hard as you can see defensively. Week 2, the offense couldn't move against you at all. So once you after a while, when your offense literally goes 3 and out or in turnovers every 2 seconds, the defense wears down. So I don't want to blame them on that. I really like how Derek Carr looks personally. Like, to me, he's the lead MVP candidate for September. I love Derek Carr, so it's kind of hard to stop him because no one has. And he played Pittsburgh and Baltimore before this, so I think he's actually pretty good.
But
But
isn't
they did
that
allow 500 yards of offense, though. That's actually
Right.
really alarming for one game. That's ridiculous.
right?
Offensively, they didn't look that bad. Like, Jacoby held his own.
Right.
You know what I mean? They
right.
actually did good. Besides the safety, I don't know. I would love to know what the hell they were thinking with that safety. How are you calling a wide receiver screen in your end zone? I don't know. That probably shows how bad coaching right there.
Right.
Yeah, I don't
Right.
get that.
Right.
I just.
But what does that
I
tell
like-
you about the? What does that tell you about the Tua pick, though? If Jacoby Brissett, a veteran backup, let's say,
I
who
think
started a
that
few
they messed
seasons,
up.
already is giving his players more of a chance on offense. I mean, you guys put up 28. Have you even done that this season?
No,
They scored 17 in 2 games.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
we have not.
So you go to Las Vegas, you put up 28. That should be a win if your defense held its own, which it didn't. And I got to bring it back to season 1 with Fitzpatrick putting up points, putting up yards, giving his receivers a chance to make plays. This is why I'm telling. We'll talk about it later. I don't think the coaches are sold on Tua anymore. I think they're almost ready to take the L.
Obvious.
Yeah, I think they're going to take the L, even though he was first round pick. I don't think they're going to get a first round because he's not showing out. He's definitely not worth it. I want to give him you guys a first round for him. A second round, honestly, you guys should. I take that and run. I would take a second round right now and
I
run
agree.
with it. But we'll talk later on that. Let's get to the Saints and Patriots. 28-13 Saints. I am shocked. I listen. I think Captain D picked the Saints right last week.
And I think
Captain
he
D
was
was the
pretty
only.
close.
Yeah, it was close.
Scored everything too.
Yeah.
You know,
Good job, buddy. I mean,
I hate to say I told you so. I hate to say I told you so. But the film is coming out. I still believe in Mac Jones. I think that he's going to be a great pro. But I told you, Sean Payton's a great coach, and they're going to scheme on his ass. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Well, let's hear from Sports Dynasty because Juan, this is your team. You know best, man. What the hell happened there? Mac Jones, 3 interceptions.
I like the comment that he said. So,
all right, go for
that
it.
online is absolutely disgraceful, as you can probably see from last week. And remember, that was the X factor I had. Whoever played right tackle didn't have to go against Cameron Jordan. That was a disaster, as you saw. And it's almost like McDaniels was like listening to the media all last week. I remember a week ago they're talking about how no one in the team can throw past 10 yards, no one can throw deep or whatever. If you remember the first quarter, that's all they tried to do is give Mac Jones like play action 7-step drops, like a dummy, and just let him get sacked over and over and over and over and over again. It's like, sir, what are you trying to do? Then we wound up losing James White. He was getting hurt in like the first or second quarter, and he's gone for the season. So that's the safety blanket's gone. So that's really bad. Funny, defensively, they were fine. They didn't let Jameis do nothing. They said, you're not passing the ball past this yard line. They completely made him play game manager, which I didn't know he could do. So that messed us up too. Those tight ends, dude. Especially Jonnu Smith. I don't understand what and where his hands went. I don't understand it. One of those picks and pick 6 was from him specifically. I don't understand. Another comment.
Yeah, Jose coming in hot, bro.
He
Pats
is.
fans, how about trading Sony Michel? Belichick, every move he does, it's the Patriots way. Harris could block. Did he make a mistake?
Yeah, none of our running backs outside of James White can pass block. That's the reason why Ramondre Stevenson, the rookie, got doghouse the last 2 weeks, because he almost got Mac Jones killed in week 1. So that's a massive issue. That's why Brandon Bolden was playing. The Dolphins fans remember who that is. Brandon Bolden is playing because he's the only one that can pass block. So the only hope that we have is that Trent Brown comes back and Isaiah Wynn stops playing like garbage, and then there might be a chance. But with no real playmaking and Josh McDaniels going from the Mr. Aggressive from the first quarter to being ultra conservative for the rest of the game does not help. He's not helping Mac Jones.
Right.
Which is why I like when he talked about bad coaching. It's been bad coaching. Mac Jones actually looks decent.
Yeah. I mean, listen. I'll be honest, man. I didn't like the pick when you guys picked him. I didn't like Mac Jones. I mean, he played really well, but I don't like quarterbacks coming out of Alabama. I'm just not high on those quarterbacks. I feel like they have a lot of talent, but I will say this: he's played pretty well. Okay, this last week was his worst performance. The 3 interceptions. That's never good, but he's a rookie. He's going to go through these bumps. Bad offensive line. Maybe the coordinator not really helping him. The tight ends, obviously, maybe that's on Belichick, right? Once again, like you got to make sure, right? You got to get these, if you're trying to go the old school Brady 2 tight end scheme, make sure the tight ends you're getting
are actually good. Yeah.
Or can actually catch and produce, right? Because that's what you're going to. And it just seems like right now, once again, kind of like the whole Zach Wilson thing. Maybe they're just not. They didn't. I don't think, to be honest with you, if we rewind, maybe they thought Mac Jones wasn't going to play to begin with, but Cam was so bad that he was kind of forced into that spot. What do you think? Like, do you think right? Because I kind of felt like that, right?
They played around the same in the preseason, so if you play the same, might as well go with the young buck.
Exactly,
which is an insulting to Cam because you're year 12, something like that, and you still play, and you can't play a rookie. There you go. There's your answer,
but I mean, I'm talking about during the draft, like when they drafted Mac Jones. I don't think their intent was to play him.
It more likely wasn't. It was more likely to redshirt, let him know and play, and then he'll come year 2.
Exactly.
Then again, when you can't beat out a rookie, what the hell? Might as well start the rookie.
Right? So. Yeah. No, dude. I'm 100% with that, bro. We did that with Josh Allen. Like, you have to. Sometimes you have to. Nate Peterman was that bad. Like, might as well throw him in the fire and let him learn early, right? So, yeah, that was just. But yeah, I mean, listen, the Saints aren't a bad
to the
team.
Saints too. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
kudos to the Saints.
They come prepared. Very rare I see the Saints get blown out or their coach is a hell of a coach. I got to give it. Captain D was right. That guy comes prepared. He's going to bring it every time. We play them. The Bills play them on Thanksgiving. That's going to be interesting in New Orleans. So, obviously we'll talk about that when that time comes. But yeah, man, that was very interesting. So I do want to jump on the rumors, the Tua rumor to Washington that came up, I believe, yesterday. There's rumors about a 2nd-round pick. That you guys are still trying to be in the sweepstakes for Deshaun. What do you think about that, man, Captain D?
I think it's real. And I think, even when we talked about this in the preseason about the Dolphins trading for Deshaun Watson, I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire. And I think this is something that they wanted to pull off since the preseason. But Houston was just asking for too much goddamn picks, and with the situation with Deshaun Watson right now about these allegations and where it's going, it was just too much to gamble right now. But as the season, even though it's still early and it's unfolding, it's becoming more imminent that a move needs to be made. I think it's premature for Tua. He's hurt. But at the same time, the coaching staff and the general manager have shown that they're willing to pull a trigger on anything and make a bold move if it ain't working. So I think a move is imminent. It's going to happen. I think it's a little too soon, but they want to win now. And right now we're 1-2 and it's still early. NFL season's a marathon, but I think they want results now.
Yeah, the problem I see, like you said, with the whole Watson thing, we won't get too deep into it, but it's just weird and the NFL's kind of dragging that on. Like they haven't really come out. They haven't addressed it like they normally would on other cases. They normally kind of get through cases quick, right? Like, all right, you're suspended for 6 weeks or whatever, the year, the first 4 games, or they haven't really talked about it much. It's kind of like hush hush. Is he suspended? Is he on? Like nothing's really going on, but it's still there. So like, I don't know if I'd pull that trigger. I would for sure wait because I think he wants to go to Miami from all that I've heard. But once again, you got to wait until the NFL says this guy can play or not, or whatever at that point. And then what are they willing to really realistically take? I'm not giving up fucking 3-4 first rounds. It's not going to happen. I'll listen. I'll fucking tank and take my. I'll go with the draft. I'll take my chances on drafting a young quarterback. Right? Like I'm not fucking playing that game. Or I'll fucking sign a free agent, a quarterback that can hold his own, and then draft a quarterback. I mean, I'm not giving up that much draft capital. It's not happening, bro. That's. It kind of reminds me of the whole like fucking when. Ricky Williams, right, got drafted and he gave up fucking every fucking like million draft, first round pick, the whole draft. I mean, dude, they got and what was he thinking? Like he was good, but come on, man, you gotta be smarter than that. But let's get to the go ahead, brother.
For me as a fan, and I'm a diehard Ricky Williams fan. So many memories, so many great play. And even what
you guys got him on a steal. You guys got him on a steal, but you didn't give up the picks. You got fucking got him for nothing. Like
to me, it was worth it. You know what I mean? But
of course,
and that's what the decision making that Ricky had. But Ricky Williams was a staple of the Dolphins organization now. So I know it was a lot to give up for him at that time.
For the New Orleans Saints, you guys didn't give shit up for him.
Yeah, right. Sorry.
You guys gave You guys fucking gave a fucking fudge brownie. Whatever the fuck you guys gave for him. You didn't give much, But the last game I want to get to is the real winners of last week. The Buffalo Bills winning 43-21. I fucking called it. Did I not call that, guys? I fucking told you. Washington was a bad team. I told you that Taylor Heineke. Listen, teams were going to fucking watch the film on this guy. He's only played a handful of games, if that. He never really seen a real good defense that schemed for him, that watched him on film. And I knew it. Like, if you saw that game, if you guys saw the highlights, his main mistakes were just he was confused. Because that shows how long he's been playing as a starter. He threw bad interceptions. I mean, that game should have been 43-14. We just fucked up on a special teams play, but he was bad. I'll take him as a backup. But, man, I thought our offense looked good. I thought Josh Allen, you can kind of see the mojo coming back for the Buffalo Bills. And that's really dating back to week 2 in the second half versus the Dolphins. I kind of thought the wheels were spinning. Everything was kind of like flowing right. And then, man, it all came together against that Washington D. And by the way, they got a good front. And I thought Josh Allen, man, he moved in the pocket really, really well. And that shows his 4th year. Like, that shows the growth of Josh Allen. Because 2018, 2019, Josh Allen would have gotten 8 and up back there. He would have just took off and done, held the ball or got strip sacked, whatever. Old Josh Allen. New Josh Allen sidesteps, steps up in the pocket, finds a wide open receiver, or rolls out. You could see the growth in Josh Allen in year 4, and man, dude, he's getting better and better and better, and it's scary good, man. He is definitely a top 5 quarterback. He started off a little rough week 1, half week 2, but you can kind of see it now. He's starting to become that Josh Allen you saw in 2020. What do you feel about that one?
To be honest, I didn't watch the game because I had a feeling that was going to happen. Like, it was like 12:50, and it's like, you know what? They're going to beat the hell out of this team, aren't they? You know what? I'm going to put it on the top corner of my Sunday ticket and watch everything else. I knew it. But the little that I saw, I agree with you. His mechanics are almost back to what they were last year. That's the biggest difference. The first 2 games, I don't know what the hell he was doing. He just forgot. And I'm just like, dude, this is not what you were doing in 2020. What's going on? but
Right.
he is getting it back little by little, and that's really good. He don't have to rush right now. As long as it comes back in December or January, you guys are good. So I mean, he can have fun, as much fun as he wants, to be honest. Your defense is getting there. Ooh,
right.
You guys
the defense
going to be a damn problem.
The defense is I'm telling you right now, for teams, this is the same defense, and you guys, you should know, Juan, like on the Patriots, you guys had the same defense for a long time on those runs. You just kind of added a little bit into it, but it was kind of the same defense for a while, and the same coordinator. Like you kind of got stuck with that for a little while. This is the same defense. There's no difference. The only difference is we added Gregory Rousseau, who can come in there and help Jerry Hughes and Mario Addison, who are the vets. So now they have less snap counts, so they can go in there with more energy, right? So, and Gregory Rousseau, man, for a rookie, is holding his own. Don't forget AJ Epinesa, who's in year 2, is also starting to come into his own. So everybody's kind of like it's working again. Like this is the 2019 Buffalo Bills, because you remember we were top 5 defense then. The only difference is, compared to 2019 and this season, is we're blitzing a lot more because we have the young guys. We have a lot more speed on the outside. We're bringing a lot more heat than we did in those 2018, 2019 Bills defense. That's what I'm really liking. Also, I got to say, Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer are so underrated as safeties. Very rare safeties, that they stick together for that many seasons. And those guys are just on the same page. Man, like, it's very rare. Usually somebody goes by now that, to another team, but it's wild, man. Like this team, it's crazy too, because it really kind of started off the opposite way of last season. If you remember last season, the defense was like they couldn't find themselves, and the offense was just like boom right out the gate. Now it kind of started off this season was the defense, boom, they're good to go, and the offense was like, a little slow out the gate, but if they're finding themselves now, and this is a whole team, man, this is a Super Bowl team. Like, in my opinion, I know I'm sounding like a homer, but if the offense can get what they were last year, and this defense continues to do what they're doing, man, watch out for the rest of the league, because we're a dangerous team. What do you feel about that, Captain D?
Hey, I'm going to say this: 3 shout-outs. Taylor Heineke, the Bills defense, and Josh Allen. The beginning of that game, there were some struggles for Taylor Heineke. He came back. He ran one in. The game was within a touchdown at halftime. But Buffalo Bills defense, man, it came through, caused some turnovers. And then, of course, what are you supposed to do? Josh Allen, he stepped up, and the game got out. You know what I mean? And he took care of business, as it should be. A little disappointed. Chase Young, thought he'd be causing a little more havoc. It just wasn't there. But Buffalo Bills, they took care of business. And that's what I was expecting. I thought at halftime, I was like, okay, they're still in it. They're fighting back. But you guys ran away with it.
Well, listen, once we scored a field goal when we had the ball at 30 seconds on a kickoff, and you go down and score a field goal, like with ease, by the way, you kind of listen. The only reason they kind of hung around that first half is by a blunder onside, weird, funky kick. Other than that, they were never really truly in the game. Like, their offense never. There was no point of that game where I'm like, watch out for Taylor Heineke now. Like, I just never was concerned.
He showed some grit, though. I'll give him that, and I know that
as a backup. Sure,
I know he showed some grit, and it was a tough game, But in the first half, he was showing me a little something. He was showing me a fight, but
he's a tough kid. Listen, I told you, I would take him as a backup for sure, no doubt. If we needed a backup, I think he would be a good. He'd be a good little fill-in. If quarterback goes down, come in for a game or two, he can kind of handle his own. He can run. He's mobile, but you could see why he was in the league 6 seasons and never was a starting quarterback and got released everywhere he went. Like, you could kind of see that. And to go from that to like starting right away. And then, by the way, Fitzpatrick was a starter day one. It wasn't like Washington was like, oh, we got this guy. He's busting his ass in training camp. He's making Fitz look silly. Like this guy's just. It wasn't the case. Like he got the role because Fitz got hurt, and if Fitz come back, Fitz is gonna be back in the starting role. I'm telling you right now. It'd be a mistake by Washington. And I think, anyways, this is Fitz probably last season, regardless, because like he's just. I love the guy. Trust me, we love Bills Mafia loves Fitzpatrick, but he's been around so many teams. He's gotten hurt so many times. Like it's time to hang it up, buddy. There's no people will love you no matter what. But I do want to get into something. We got the weekly awards. We got the weekly awards for each one of your teams. So we're gonna go into this. The first one we're gonna do is the Boo This Man Award.
Boo this man!
All right. So we're going to start with one from Sports Dynasty. Who gets your Boo This Man Award of the Week?
Oh, my God. If I can put 53 people. The one that I'll go with, I'm going to go with Josh McDaniels as my Boo the Man. And the reason why is because I really feel like in the last 3 weeks, not just week 3, week 1, 2, and 3, he's really been dialing down on playbook to the point where everybody on the defensive side of the ball can probably blink and guess what we're going to do. Hence why we get stopped so easily. So in that Saints game, there's been plays where I see linebackers running with our receivers because I think they knew what route concepts they're going to run before we even snapped the ball. That's an offensive coordinator problem. And he's supposed to be the boy genius and hasn't done jack-ish when Brady's not involved. So, which goes into one of the comments y'all had about is Brady not Belichick? I'm going to go into that more when we talk about my ass whooping tomorrow night. I'm going to go with McDaniels. I'm sick and tired of him. I don't know if Trevor was here, we would have been here for half an hour listening to him to complain about McDaniels. I'm going to cut it to about a minute.
Hey, I like it. Listen, you can go coaches or players. It don't matter. You go, Boo This Man is Boo This Man. That's the guy that did the shittiest performance of the week for your team. Captain D, give me the Boo This Man Award for your team, man.
Real quick, just a quick shout out. One of the funniest scenes in movie history to boo that man. Watch that clip. That is some funny ass shit. If you watch that clip, but
I know it.
It's hilarious.
You ever suck dick for coke?
It's too much. It's too much.
Oh
it's too
my
much.
God.
Oh shit.
My Boo That Man is actually 2. And this is gonna be weird.
Oh, it's split. Wow. So they're both taking the trophy home.
Split.
Okay.
And that's George Gotze and Eric Studsville are dual offensive coordinators. Whoever.
Okay, I like it.
Why would you call that play in the end zone? Are you kidding me? Why? Boo that. Boo both their asses. That was a horrible play call. What are we thinking? Come on, guys. We can do better than that.
Dude, I called that shit last week, didn't I, you guys? When I talked about the OCs. And that's just wild to me that you would have a split OC. I swear, maybe I don't know other teams, but I've never heard of that. Never. I've heard of like assistant offensive coordinator or someone that whatever, but I've never heard of like 2 guys calling the play. Like that just sounds wacky to me, bro. I almost promise you they will not be there next season. I promise you. You will have one OC. There's no way that can continue. There, especially if you guys get like another quarterback that's a proven quarterback or whatever. They're not going to put him down that alley with 2 guys calling the play. It's not going to go for that. I can promise you. But anyways, my Boo This Man of the Week. And it was tough for me to find. I'll be honest with you. It was. I'm going to say Isaiah McKenzie on the weird, funky, botched kick return that he should have went out of the end zone and called fair catch. He had an opportunity. But, man, I'm nitpicking here. That was the weirdest. I don't know if you guys saw it, but that was the weirdest onside kick I've ever seen that. And maybe it wasn't even done on purpose because it shit went to like the 20. It hung in the air forever. And I think people were just like, what the? Bro, I was like, where's the ball? Like, I didn't even know where the ball, like when the kick returned. I'm like, where? And then McKenzie's like in the end zone. He came out way late. Like, you got to remember, Buffalo is very windy, and it could have just got caught up in the wind, bro. Like, Buffalo, that's the weird thing about playing in Buffalo. The wind is like a fucking motherfucker, man. It may say 15 miles, 10 mile per hour. That shit's going all over the place. So maybe they did it on purpose. Maybe they didn't. But if they did it on purpose, dude, I got to say, that's a fucking great play. I would fucking listen. I swear to God, if I'm Buffalo special teams coach, I would work on that play at home. I swear. I'd kick that fucking thing so sky high, bro. I'm serious because you're kicking that shit sky high. Yeah. A fucking guy that's let's say on the special teams, not the kick returner, because he doesn't know he's in the fucking end zone. That shit's coming down at the 35, and some fucking goofy lineman's trying to catch the ball. Even if he's carrying, he still has to catch it. And that shit's coming down from the fucking heavens. He's probably gonna drop it. Once he drops it, game on, or misplace it, miss it, hits the ground. Bro, I work on that fucking every time. I swear to God, I work on that every time. But that's my boo this man is McKenzie for just misplaying the ball, even though, I'm nitpicking here. Now, we're going to have the hell yeah Player of the Week award.
Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
All right. So who is your hell yeah Player of the Week, Juan?
Choose between three. There's actually three players who actually played decent. I think we're gonna go with Kendrick Bourne, our wide receiver. One of the many signings that Belichick GM Bill did. He actually showed out pretty well. Had a really nice comeback route, which I didn't know a receiver that's for a Patriot can do. And he caught a couple nice catches in that game. He actually was the biggest reason why that one scoring drive that we had in the third quarter actually happened. He was really good. I don't know if it's just because it's a fake coincidence or he actually will show his face and actually play wide receiver for us down the line. But he's one of the only people I can choose because we got destroyed so bad. So I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, you got to choose somebody. I get it. I mean, I know it's tough when you get your ass whipped, but there's somebody that always does something well. So yeah, that's your hell yeah. Okay, hey, nothing wrong with that, man. Stone Cold likes that. Captain D, what you got, man?
I got Mike Oseki, 10 receptions, 86 yards.
We all called it. All of us said it.
Called it.
He had a big reception late in the game to keep a drive going. I know looking at the score, you would think that there would be some more positives, but I'm going Mike Oseki and feed him the damn ball. Come on.
I've been saying, haven't I not been saying this since week one? Since we all been talking about this AFC shakedown. Told you guys. He's so underused for you guys because of the quarterback situation. I feel like once you guys put a quarterback that's a veteran or just a guy that knows his fucking who to throw to, right? What guy to get the ball to, then he has big games. I thought he played his best when Fitz was on the field because Fitz knew. Listen, this guy's going to fucking be there for me. I'm throwing it his way. And Jacoby is a fucking backup, a veteran. He's played a couple seasons as a starter. He knows the NFL. He knows what to do. Like, he knows who the hot hand is. He knows who to trust. Oseki's that guy. I've been saying it, man. I feel like you guys just never really, and listen, I hate to say it, man, but his rookie contract's going to be up soon. You guys better do something with him because I wouldn't want to stay there. Right. Yeah, you guys are. Yeah, exactly. You guys could take some bullshit tight end. My hell yeah player is Josh Allen. Got to give Josh Allen. You have to 358 yards, four passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. He probably led fantasy quarterbacks this last week. He was the AFC Player of the Week. Yeah, I mean that's a no-brainer, right? That is a no-brainer. He gets that award for sure. But yeah, man, those are the Player of the Week. I appreciate you guys doing that with me. Now, let's get to week 4, man. You got some interesting games.
Do we have to?
Interesting games. So we're gonna start. We're gonna leave the best for last.
Of course.
We all know that. We all know what that is. But we're gonna start with first. We're gonna go ahead and start with let's get these no good dirty Jets out of the way. Titans versus Jets in New York. Juan, what do you think about that game? What's your prediction? Who you got? Let's give me the rundown, man.
So Tennessee doesn't have a real wide receiver playing tomorrow. Both AJ Brown and Julio Jones is out. So if there is going to be a day where the Jets will have a W in their column, it will have to be tomorrow. The thing is I'm not really going that far because Derrick Henry's still a giant entity. So I'm going with the Tennessee Titans. It's going to be a dirty. No one's going to watch this game. I'm pretty sure no one's gonna have any TVs.
We'll do score predictions at the end, but so you got but right now you're thinking the Tennessee Titans will pull this one out because the Jets are so awful. Basically,
they're just the Jets, yes.
Okay, Captain D, how do you feel this game's gonna go? Titans Jets.
I got the Titans all the way. You know, the wide receiver core for the Tennessee Titans is banged up, but Derrick Henry. Try and stop us. That's how it's going to go. The Jets, you know, they're struggling right now. Unfortunately, I think this is going to be a big game for Derrick Henry, and I see the Titans on top.
Yeah. I listen. I know that Tennessee don't have their receivers, but like you said, man, Derrick Henry is just a fucking beast of a man. That guy, I just don't see the Jets stopping him. The Jets can't stop anyone. They're certainly not going to stop Derrick Henry. Also, the Tennessee Titans, listen, their defense isn't that bad. They got a pretty good defense. I'm not saying they're top 10 or anything, but they're up there pretty good. And they're going against, once again, a guy that's just thrown 6 interceptions the last 2 games. I don't know if he's even thrown over 200 yards yet. It's a bad Jets offense. Their defense is just as bad. Yes. Like, I just don't like in New York. Who cares? Their fans are probably going to boo them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm being real. Like, who's even going to go to that game?
We were there.
Right? Is that exactly? See, they're going to boo. They're going to leave early. You're going to probably be a bunch of bunch of Titans fans there. Like, yeah, dude. Jets have no chance. I'll get into the score later, but they just even with the Titans banged up, I can't see it happening, man. I'd be shocked. I would be shocked if the Jets won. The next game we're going to get into Colts versus Dolphins in Miami. This is like a weird game. You got a Colts team who's many considered a playoff team, right? Like to start the season. They're 0-3 going against a Dolphin team who's a lot of people maybe had making a wild card as well. Some people even had winning the division. Some analysts, and me, no, it's ridiculous. But either way, I still had your team. I had you guys, listen, I had the Dolphins winning 9 or 10 games. I had you missing the playoffs because there's 17 games now. I just thought you guys were going to barely miss it. But the way you're playing right now, I don't even know about. Maybe I'm way off. I don't know. But the Colts are the surprising team. 0-3. However, Carson Wentz, no surprise there. No surprise with the injuries. This is Carson Wentz's career. This is what he does. He just cannot stay healthy. I feel for the guy because he's really not a bad quarterback, but you got to be on the field, bud. And the Colts I think that was a bad signing. I do. I mean, they played way better with Rivers. Got to give Rivers credit, man, for his age. He's not a mobile guy. He's a tough son of a bitch. The dude really don't get hurt much. He got him to the playoffs. We fucking barely beat him in Buffalo. I mean, barely. It came down to the last play. And if we play the Colts today, we'll fucking kill him. I don't care if Carson Wentz is in there or not. Like, I just don't trust Carson Wentz. I'll be honest with you. So this game is weird because the Dolphins haven't played well. The Colts clearly haven't played well. But the Colts are still a decent team. It's just a quarterback issue. So, Juan, what do you think about this game, man?
So Indianapolis has been going through a crap ton of injury woe, especially on the offensive line. So their whole starting offensive line that was supposed to be revered as the best one in preseason, They have not played together at all still. And
Right.
Quentin Nelson, I think, is out tomorrow. So they don't have their offensive line. Carson Wentz doesn't help himself because he never knows how to throw the damn ball away or slide. So that's why he's always hurt, because he swears he can truck on linebackers and defensive ends. So that's the reason why he gets hurt so much. What's crazy, though, is as much as dirty as this game is more than likely wind up being, I think Miami matches up very well because Indy not only has a bad secondary, they also have a bad receiving core. So they don't really have any playmakers on both sides of the ball, while Miami does on both sides of the ball. So on paper, and what my guess is, Miami is going to wind up taking this game, but it's going to be ugly.
Yeah. What do you think, Captain D, man? How you see this game going down, bro?
That's the home cooking right there.
Oh,
you know what I mean? We're home cooking right now. The offensive line, like Juan said, is banged up. Jack Doyle's going to be questionable. Zach Pascal, Michael Pittman Jr., I'll match them up any day against Byron Jones and the X-Man. I got the Dolphins all the way on this one with some home cooking. But if we see a heavy load of Jonathan Taylor, it could be a long day for us too. Because right now, we can't stop the run worth of shit. So I expect a lot of Jonathan Taylor. Let's stop them first. Let our corners lock down, and let Jacoby open up a little bit to some of the talent out there. It should be a win for us, but we got to stop the run first.
Is Tua still out, right, for a couple more games? Right, he's on a 4-game. Okay, so Jack, he's out. I think he comes back next week or the week after, something like that, right? I believe. I have to check, but that's if he still may not be ready.
Put him there. Yeah.
Right. He still may not be ready. This game is a weird, like I told you, I think this game is weird for me. Honestly, I don't know how to call it. Like, this is a really tough. Man.
I agree. It is tough.
It is tough because I got to say, it's not like you guys are like, I get your home cooking. It's not like you guys are fucking like, you're not like this, like, oh, the Dolphins home. Hey, don't play us at home, baby. Like, I just don't, your crowd's okay. You know what I mean? Like, you got Jacoby Brissett still in there. Tua's not playing. You guys still lost last week. You guys got blown the fuck out against us at home. That meant, right? Like, but yet the Colts are coming in. Wentz is 2 bum ankles. No offensive line help. You probably get hurt in the first quarter. And then who do they got? I don't even know who the hell their quarter backup is after this. So, yeah, if you guys, honestly, man, it's all about just getting Oseki the ball. Don't do anything crazy, and I think you guys will pull this one away. Unless you do something really stupid, on offense, turn the ball over. Because that's the only thing I can see maybe the Colts defense maybe winning this game for the Colts. And maybe it's like a field goal. They win at the end, maybe on a turnover. But I just don't see it happening, man. And I don't think it's because of home field advantage. I just think the Colts are they're banged up. They're looking like a mess, and their quarterback position is just I don't see Wentz staying there longer than a season. This may be his only season there. I'll be real with you. Moving on. Texans versus Bills. We got to talk about it, but
we have to really.
we can be really quick. So the Texans going to Buffalo. They're god awful. They're one win, 2 losses. They got Davis Mills, a rookie quarterback, playing, who's very stationary. He holds the ball too long. Me personally, I think it's going to be like what we did against Tua. You're going to see a lot of blitzes coming from different directions. I think we're going to really disguise our defense a lot, confuse them. I could see this being at least 3 turnovers for our defense, and about 5 sacks total, maybe 6. I just don't see him having a chance. Listen, they're 28th, I believe, on offense in the league, 27th on defense. They're just an overall shitty team. They have nobody. I think Mark Ingram's the running back. They got Brandon Cooks is a decent receiver, but once again, you got to have a quarterback throwing to you. And just like last week, listen, McLaurin's good, but if your quarterback's like under stress and he can't get the ball to you, that's what you're going to get. 60 yards receiving. I don't see Cooks getting more than 65. I think he's going to be around 60. And I think this is going to be a fucking blowout, as it should. Juan, what you think, man?
I think the over and under is 47 for you guys. You might break that on your own.
Right.
That's my guess. You might put up 50 burger. This is gonna be bad.
Right.
This
It's
poor
gonna be
rookie is gonna get destroyed, and I feel bad for him because I know he didn't know this was gonna happen. He'd be like, "I'm playing, really, me?"
Right.
And then you go up against Carolina, who apparently it doesn't suck, and then you guys, like, sorry, kid, I don't know what else to tell you, dude.
Yeah. And I gotta say though, real quick, shout out to Tyrod Taylor. I'm glad he's not playing, not because he would give us fits, but I don't want to see the guy hurt or anything like that. Like he broke the drought for us in 2017. He got us to the playoffs. We haven't been in like 20 something years. I have love for Tyrod. I know some fans are like 50-50 on him. I like Tyrod, man. I've always liked Tyrod. He's had some really bad luck in the NFL. Like, I mean, getting fucking your trainer stabbing you. Right. I mean, like who else could that happen to, right? You go to Cleveland and you say they're going to start you, and Baker takes over because you got hurt or something, whatever the hell happened there. And then he goes to San Diego, same thing, gets stabbed. I mean, like, and then he goes here, he wins the first game, which I didn't even have him winning, and he plays well, really well. And Brant, he's out again. I mean, it's like, poor guy, man. But I'm glad he's not playing because I didn't want to be the team that like squashed him. Captain D, what you got, man?
I got the Bills all the way on this one. It's unfortunate that this kid's gonna have to come in. It's a lot on his plate, but it's gonna be a Buffalo Bills route on this one. Tough situation, tough spot, but there's some growing pains for him. Let's see what he has to offer.
So Jack, Edmonds, by the way, Tremaine, yes. Listen, I know some Bills fans are like, he's another guy. Like some Bills fans love Tremaine Edmonds, and some are like, I love Tremaine Edmonds. Listen, he's like 22 years old. He's been on the team like 3 seasons already. He's his 4th season, right? So he was drafted with Josh Allen. He was the first round pick. And bro, the guy's been our play caller on defense since a rookie. That says a lot for a young dude to take the control on your defense. A lot of responsibility. He's made the Pro Bowl, I think, twice already. That's really good, man. You cannot knock a 22-year-old kid. Also, by the way, led the team in tackles, I think, 2 years in a row. Like, he's a hell of a player. He makes some mistakes. Of course, he's 22. He's learning on that. He's still kind of learning the NFL. But I love Tremaine, Jack. I think Tremaine is going to earn that contract. As you know, his contract coming up, his rookie deal. I think he's going to get a big deal, man. Like, you got to keep him, man. Him and Matt Milano make a great team, by the way. Now, let's get to the fucking game of the weekend that everyone's talking about. Bucks versus the Patriots in New England, Sunday night football. Juan, this is your team, man. What's going to happen here? Give it to us, man.
So after the ass whooping last week, we're all looking at each other because there's a bunch of us in the room, and we're just like, we're going to get absolutely curb stomped against Tom Brady in his homecoming. Then they wind up losing later that day, and then you see, the famous Tom pose when he's looking down in a bench or whatever. That usually means like Undertaker, Murder's Row, rest in peace. Like that usually what happens to people when he does that. I'm going through the week. And I'm like thinking about it, and then you hear it everywhere. Every media coverage all week is Brady's coming home, Brady blah, 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 2 goals, blah, blah, blah. All right, so I'm thinking to myself, and I'm looking at it through Belichick's vision, and I'm very, very sure since earlier this year he had that game circled in his calendar. So I'm gonna be a bit of a homer. We're losing the game, by the way. We're not winning the game. No, there is no homerism that's going to convince anyone that we're going to win. We're losing tomorrow night. But I have this feeling that we're not gonna suck as much as everybody thinks we're gonna suck. I have this feeling, defensively at least, Belichick has something up his sleeve, and this might be the worst game that offensively the Buccaneers have played all season. I'm gonna go with that bold prediction. I think this is a pride thing, this is the ego thing, this is the cojones thing for Belichick. He's not gonna go down against this guy out of all people. I think he's gonna build up something for this team, and then they don't have Gronkowski tomorrow. I think Antonio Brown's playing. I think coming off the COVID list, so the Titans won't be much of a factor. And then at least the secondary on the Buccaneers is just all in the hospital, so there's not much secondary work there. So something tells me we're gonna lose, and I think they're gonna cover their spread, but I think it's 7. But it's gonna be a game for at least 3 quarters. Is my guess. I have no proof. But that's my guess. But L is coming though. We're gonna be 1-3 after tomorrow night.
Captain D, what you got, man? What you think about this game, man? Sunday Night Football, man, in New England.
Fire the cannons. You know, this is gonna be Bucks all game.
Oh yeah.
You know, we're talking about motherfucking Tom Brady right now.
Yeah.
And you know, I refuse to bet against this man. I know it's a big game. I was watching NFL Network earlier, and I don't know if he was sick or not, but his voice was just cracking up, just talking about this game. And I know that it means a lot to him. And I know it means a lot to Belichick too. But Bill Belichick ain't on that field. Tom Brady is, and I'm taking the Bucks all day on this. I think the Patriots are going to be in it, but
that's what I'm saying. Yep.
Right.
It's fucking Tom Brady. So.
Oh yeah, he's in the game. Man, no doubt about that. I'm hoping to God that we put that tribute in the beginning of the game and get him so sentimental that he actually gives us a break for a quarter and not go crazy for a quarter before he becomes Tom Brady. Like, I'm hoping that happens. Maybe we'll have a lead. Maybe, I don't know.
All right. So how I see this game, I got. Listen, I agree, and I actually was on another show and I said the same thing. I think this game's going to be closer than a lot of people think. Listen, it's 2 guys that are super familiar with each other, right? Mm-hmm. Tom pretty much played his whole career in New England under Bill Belichick. It's not like Bill Belichick was there for a couple seasons. No, man. Like, Belichick knows Tom Brady better than anybody. He knows what he likes. He knows what he doesn't like, right? So, but Tom, on the other hand, knows Belichick as well. He knows what he likes, what he doesn't like. He knows his defensive schemes. He's played it through 19 seasons, whatever it was when he was in New England. So he's well aware of Belichick's schemes, defense. He knows how to play him. But I just think it's going to be a little bit of a dog fight for the first, I would say, 3 quarters. And Tom will pull it out like Tom normally does. I hate the guy because he's fucking killed the AFC East forever. But I gotta be real. He's fucking 7 rings in. He's the best. He's the GOAT. He's gonna know how to finish this game and win. And listen, if you're gonna debate on who's better, Belichick, Brady, listen, Brady has the ring, right? Brady won.
Where is it?
So, what Sports Dynasty, what's he got? He's going to bring something to the table.
I have to go get it. This thing right here. Oh, my God.
But you know what's interesting, too?
Bring it out.
What's going to be interesting, too, and I'm sure they have to. They're going to – it's very rare that a player comes back to, like, his team and they boo or whatever. Like, I think it's going to be a shit ton of cheers. Like, they're going to be clapping.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, I don't see like many boo birds at all for Brady. He brung 6 rings there. I mean, like, I don't know, but yeah, I see that. I think the Bucks are I think they're overall better. And not only that, Mac, just the offense of the Patriots are terrible. Hey, man, listen,
100%.
I don't blame. Listen, man, you guys got to hold your head up high forever. I mean. We're looking for our first, man. And I think Josh Allen, I hope one day he can, get a couple rings on his own, man. And I think he will. But, yeah, this is going to be an interesting game for sure. So it's time to get the predictions, man. Let's get to the predictions on all these games. We'll start off with the Titans-Jets score predictions. Juan, what you got? Throw a score out there, man.
I'll go 20-7. Bold prediction: Zach Wilson actually scores for his team.
Okay. Jose has a comment, by the way. Pat's brother, I really believe you guys need to be patient. I know when you buy players, you need to get when you do, I think you'll look better. Just have to deal with some storm now. Yeah,
I appreciate the encouragement.
The one thing I will say though, Jose, on that, for as great as Belichick's been as a coach, I don't know if he's been great as a GM.
No,
I'm just saying, like I kind of feel like he didn't help Brady, especially the last like 4 seasons or so.
There's a reason why he's wearing a Tampa Bay jersey in his back.
Right. 100%. And I feel like his drafts have been not the greatest drafts. I feel like his first his first free agency, like where he's spending money, it's not working out yet. Right. So it's like
halfway. Like Judon is
right.
Good. And there's a couple players were good, but
yeah. But like if he was good as I don't know. I just feel like he's a great coach, and maybe it's time that your owner needs to bring a GM in. But I don't know if Belichick will ever accept that, to be honest with you.
Can I elaborate on that?
Yeah, go for it, brother.
A little bit. So what I hear, and that's like this statement I love, because this happens in basketball too. When players try to be like presidents and GMs and coaches, it never works out. I think Bill being the best coach ever kind of messes him up as a GM, because I say ego comes in. So you're like, I'm the coach, so I could bring that dude in from the street, and I'm gonna make him the guy, and he's gonna do whatever I tell him to do because I'm the best coach. But then when you forget there is a player on the other side of the ball that you don't really control, that rode the ship for the last 19 years, and now you don't have him anymore, how is your coaching really going to help one side of the ball when the other side of the ball is lacking because you don't have that guy anymore? That's the thing. That's the identity crisis that we're facing in New England right now, basically.
No doubt about it. That's exactly how I mean, you said it best, man. I felt like they worked together. It was a perfect match that I don't even know was supposed to really happen. It just happened, right? Like Tom Brady,
as long as it did.
6th round pick, right? Like I don't know, Drew Bledsoe getting hurt. Like it just happened to be, man. And it's funny how that works out sometimes, right? Like it just is. Like the Kurt Warner fucking bagging groceries, gets signed as a backup for the fucking Rams, and guy gets hurt and he comes fucking wins the Super Bowl. I mean, sometimes things like that happen, and I think the Brady thing was just kind of like, man, perfect. But like I said, Belichick, I kind of feel like he didn't help him, especially later on in his career, and that's when he really should have been helping Brady out, bringing pieces, because Brady was getting a little older at that point, needed a little bit more protection, need a little bit more weapons, right? Because this isn't a young Brady anymore. And Tampa said, hey, man, come on over, bro. We got a great offensive line. We're going to get all this. Oh, you wanted Brown? Yeah, come on, Brown. Come on over. Like, you want Gronk back? Gronk, come on. I mean, bro, they set him up. And I don't think fucking Belichick would have done that. I just don't. He would have probably, hey, we'll get you a tight end. It's like, not good enough. But anyways, yeah, that's so Captain D, man, what you got score prediction on the Titans Jets, man?
On Titans Jets, I got Titans 30, Jets 10. That's where I'm going with this one. The Jets are going to struggle heavily, and I got my old boy, my old friend, the Tanny man. He's going to put some stuff together, even though their wide receivers are depleted. He's going to have a field day. 30-10, Titans.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds about right. By the way, Jose says, what about your owner calling Belichick a fucking asshole? Is that true? When did that happen?
There's a book that came out. I forgot who wrote it about what's going on in the behind the scenes. I could believe it, and I'm pretty sure Belichick is an asshole as like a football person.
Right, but he's just dealing with it.
I think he's a beautiful person, though. I have a feeling he's a nice man outside of business, but when business calls, no.
Right. I saw he has a cool dog. He did the draft with his dog, and I'm a
Yeah,
dog
and look
person.
at that
So.
draft going. Look at
Yeah, that
look
was
at what's going
cool.
on right now.
That was about as warm like feeling like I ever got from Belichick being like a nice guy. You know, like
Yeah.
the thought that always comes to my mind when I think of Belichick, I don't know why, is the Detroit Lions when he came out and the fans with the young kids were like, "Shake my hand." He was like,
He just ran past them. Yeah.
yeah. And they did the they did the Stone Cold like on the GIF or whatever, like he's just like ignoring everybody.
Every time someone's a free agent, they put that meme. Every single
I
time.
love it. Dude, so these kids were like, "Dad, what a fucking asshole." But yeah, anyways, the Titans Jets, man, listen, the Jets are fucking awful. They are so god bad, awful. They're at home. I mean, the stupid fans with their Jets fucking hats, and is that guy even a fan still? The guy that brings the
Fireman Ed, yeah.
Fireman Brian or whatever his name is. Is he even going?
Yeah,
is that his name?
When I was there. Fireman
Ed.
I thought he was like, wasn't there like 2-3 years ago? He was like, I'm done.
That he was retired.
Yeah.
Yes, that happened before. Yes.
Yo, Fireman Ed, man.
Yes.
I don't know what to tell you, brother. You gotta fucking that ship is fucking gone, bro. That shit's terrible. Anyways, oh god. Let's say 27-6. I'm gonna 6 points. Fucking so bad, bro. I mean, I'm even being nice. They just put up fucking nothing against the Broncos.
Yeah.
But I'm giving them 6 because they're at home, right? And maybe they'll see like the cool Jets fans. I don't fucking know. Either way, they're getting fucking blown out. Next game, Colts Dolphins. Juan, what you got, man?
I'm gonna go 24-17 Dolphins. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
24. I like that score. I actually do like that score. What do you got, Captain D?
So, and I'm just gonna say this real quick. Today, at Hard Rock Stadium, there was a celebration for the life of Don Shula, the Don of all Dons, Don Shula. So that being said, tomorrow the Dolphins will win. We're gonna come out. It's gonna be a close, kind of defensive, boring game. Dolphins 17, Colts 10. We do it for the Don of Dons, Don Shula.
I like that score prediction too. God, I like that.
Yeah, that is good.
Jose has something for you again. Jose's liking you today.
I guess so. Yeah,
Pats fans, seriously. Like I'll try to say it like him. Come on, seriously. How long do Pats fans have to watch his O-line play like that? How long before the marriage is done? Hell, I watch Bills fans boo Kelly.
Wow.
So what do you got to say about that? Jose coming in with a hot take, bro.
I'm assuming you're talking about Bill being our coach because Brady's already gone. So I'm guessing that. I don't know what he means by marriage.
I guess he's saying how long are they going to put up with that crappy O-line like that? How long before the marriage is done? I'm guessing he's talking about Belichick, right?
This year is going to say a lot. He needs to do something this year. Otherwise, Kraft is going to have to start thinking about it. If you spend all that damn money and nothing's coming out of it,
yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah. This time.
By the way, I do want to say Jose, man, he's an awesome dude. That dude's always
he's on fire. Yeah.
Yeah. He's always bringing it, and he's always in my always watching our streams, man. Hey, Jose, everybody actually. Jack, I appreciate you coming in, by the way. Sorry, sometimes I get caught up. Jack says, I know 3 Dolphins fans out here in California. They're pissed because we smashed the shit out of them. He's just throwing a little shade at you. So basically just talking, Jack's talking a little shit there. That's all right. Hey, 3 fans in California. It's not bad. You guys got 3 fans in California. It's not bad.
We have a lot more fans in California than 3, okay?
Poor 3 fans. So back to the score prediction. Colts Dolphins. God, I like your guys' score prediction. I'm gonna go 23-17 Dolphins. I don't want you guys to win, obviously, but the Colts are just they're 0-3. their quarterbacks like wearing fucking knee braces, ankle braces, fucking arm braces, fucking
Lane,
neck
like, might as well.
brace. Yeah, he's like fucking, like looking like
that SpongeBob
this.
dude that has all the wraps around his body like
Yeah.
this.
He's gonna come out with one of those like fucking like roller knee things. You put your leg on. Fucking A, bro. Like fucking Wentz. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, and I've been saying it. It starts from the fucking top in any organization. The fucking GM, to the coach, the coaching staff, then the players. You don't got that in place, you're a fucked. I don't care who you think you got as a free agent, what fucking rookie you drafted. If you don't get a fucking those guys set in place that are good, that knows what the fuck they're doing, your team's gonna be trash. They're gonna remain trash, and you're gonna be on a fucking carousel fucking ride, man. It's never gonna end. I know.
Yeah.
The whole chat here, all these Bills fans, they know what the fuck I'm talking about. We're god awful for 20 fucking 5 years or whatever the fuck it was. Coach after coach, GM after fucking GM, player after player. This guy, bro, I was looking, no joke. I know I'm getting off topic. I was looking at fucking quarterbacks for the Buffalo Bills. The last quarterback, and that was Josh Allen, that played for 4 seasons, was Jim Kelly. What the fuck? Bro, that's ages ago. That's fucking embarrassing. That's so bad. That is so bad.
Didn't last that long with you guys?
3 seasons. 3.
Wow.
3. And EJ Manuel was 3.
Yeah, that's right.
Manuel. Wow.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I do also want to say this to any Bills fans watching, and I meant to say it, and I'm going to start saying it. And Juan, I know you're young. You may not know this guy. I know Captain D does. He's behind me. Right up there. Eric fucking Moulds. Eric Moulds.
I know that name.
Was on a wide receiver. Juan, I'll tell you real quick before. He was on our team for 10 seasons. Long fucking time. We drafted him in 96, I believe. Jim Kelly's like last year with us. Bro, the guy was unbelievable. He got over 9,000 yards with us. Awesome career. He is second all time in receiving yards with us. He could have left any time, right? So you're with the team 10. Bro, you know how many quarterbacks he played with? 5 starting quarterbacks in his career in Buffalo. You know how many coaches? 3. You know how many offensive coordinators? I think it was like 3 or 4. GMs, 2. For a guy to stick around on a team that long and not leave, because nowadays, if you're on a fucking bad team, you're a fucking stud player. You're wanting to trade. You want to fucking get the fuck out of there. You're a free agent. You ain't resigning. And this fucking guy, bro, stayed with us for 10 fucking seasons. And he fucking put up historic numbers for us. And Juan, I don't know if you know this, he fucking got 200 and I think 50 yards receiving in 1 playoff game. All-time record, NFL record. No one's even come close to it yet. So the guy was a fuck. Yeah, if you ever watch his highlights, the guy's a stud. And the reason why I'm bringing him up is because the Bills have what we call a wall of fame. I don't know if you guys got it, but it's basically the Buffalo Bills puts up players on the wall that were the best or whatever, for the Buffalo Bills. He is yet to be there. And I think it's kind of disgraceful at this point.
Wow.
When the guy stayed with us for that long on shitty teams, shitty quarterbacks. And he put up huge numbers. I think it's time. It's past due. Put him up already. Like, he deserves it. Bro, there's nobody even close. Andre Reed has 13,000 yards receiving for the Buffalo Bills. Eric Moulds has 9,000. The next closest is Lee Evans at 5,000. There's nobody nobody even close. Right?
Wow.
What else can you do, bro? The guy went to multiple Buffalo Bills. If you're listening, which I know you're not, put him on the fucking Wall of Fame already. But anyways, let's get to the next score prediction. Texans and Bills. Juan, what do you got?
I'll go 50-10. 50 burger.
I like that. Okay. All right. Captain D, what you got, man?
I got the Bills and a wipeout here. This is going to be not too bad. It's going to be 34-3. 30-43.
You see my dog? She don't like that shit. What the fuck? Right when he said it, she's like, "What? What the fuck, motherfucker? What?" Right when he said that,
34-3.
I'm pissing her off. That is not going to be the score. 55-6. We're gonna fucking just clonk them out. I'll tell you how the points are coming. Josh Allen 5 passing touchdowns. Zach Moss 1 rushing touchdown, and the defense gets a interception for a touchdown. 7 touchdowns, 2 field goals. We fucking destroy him.
I wish you told me that yesterday. I would have bet on it today.
Yeah. I was on another show the other day, yesterday, and one of the guys was like, "Oh, I think the Bills are going to play vanillas because they don't want to show, because we're playing KC the week after on Sunday Night Football, and we don't want to show too much." I'm like, that makes no sense. Fuck that, dude. Think of it like a boxing match, right? And I got to say this. So a boxer is going against a bum, but his next opponent is for a championship belt. All he has to do is beat this fucking bummy guy. Why the fuck would you want to just go 12 rounds and bullshit around with him? Maybe lose a decision,
right?
Something bad happens, or let's just say you win, but it's not the best fight. You kind of look a little shitty. Now you're going against championship, a guy bet, for the belt. You have no confidence. The guy's not afraid of you. He just saw your last fight. Fuck that shit. I want to put this is a statement game. And I know it's against a shitty team, but a shitty team you should fucking blow out. You should fucking put your fucking foot to the pedal, blow them the fuck out, and say, KC, are you ready for this shit? Because we just you see what we did? We should have done that. That's what we did. And that's what I want to see. Because, bro, we played KC twice now. Got our ass kicked both last year twice. Regular season and playoffs. And what happened? We went in their house twice, and they were like, all right, this is what you got. They weren't scared of us. Now that the Chiefs are not playing too well.
Based on how they looking.
Right. So I want them to look at
what you're saying.
Yeah, I want them to look at us now and go, oh, wait a minute. All right, fuck, man. You see, for them to feel the fear. We always feel the fear, right? Fuck that. I think we got to change the tide, man. Ain't no slowing down. You can't slow down an offense. I don't believe that either. If you just started getting your mojo, why the fuck would you? All right, guys, so this game we're gonna halt it back a little bit. Fuck that shit, man. Yeah. I don't give a fuck if it's 100-0. Fucking who gives a fuck? Put your fucking foot to the. Just go all out and beat the fucking shit out of them. But that's how I see the score. Now the last game, Bucks and Patriots won. What is your score prediction?
I'm gonna go 28-20. Buccaneers 28-20. Think it'll be a fight, but then Tom's gonna have one last Tom Brady moment in Gillette for us to see and weep instead of cheer this time. But I like 28-20.
Okay, yeah, I like that score. Captain, what you got?
I got Bucks 28, Patriots 10. Mac Jones is going to struggle a lot, and Tom Brady, he's going to tear that ass up.
I could see that.
Yeah, I don't hate the score. Tough. I don't think it's going to be that high score in a game. No Gronk. It's in New England. I still think Belichick's a hell of a defensive coach. I think I think he prepares better than most of the coaches in the league against especially against quarterbacks. I'm gonna say this game's gonna be 23-17. Tampa Bay. I think it's gonna be close. I do.
Wow.
I think it's gonna be closer than people think. I'm telling you. Listen, Tom Brady's had he's had bad games. It's not like Tom Brady's perfect. Last year he had a couple.
Oh yeah.
He forgot the 4th down. That's so not like Tom Brady, but he did. So of course it can happen. And with Belichick, it wouldn't shock me if he kept the game close or did some, scheme Brady really well. To be honest with you, man, watching Brady throughout the years, the best way to kind of get Brady off his game a little bit is to bring the fucking heat. Bring the heat every time and just take your chance on him making a mistake or getting sacked. Because I got to say, the only the losses they had in the Super Bowl, especially the Giants, they brought it, man. They brought it, and it was still close. But if they didn't bring it, I think he would have just picked them apart. Like that's how you got to beat them, and it's just tough because New England always had decent offensive lines, especially early on, and then Tampa has a really good offensive line. So you got to really game plan it. And I don't know if New England has the defense, the front to kind of like cause that havoc. But maybe you bring a safety, maybe you bring a linebacker that you normally, maybe you mix it up and kind of like bait Tom Brady into making some mistakes. But either way, I still think Tampa's just overall better team, and I don't trust your offense. That's why I just and believe me, 17 may be high. Maybe you guys score 10. I don't, but I'm just taking a wild guess. I'll say 23-17. But I think, like I said, man, I think it's going to be a fun game to watch. It's going to be interesting. It really will. But that's where my score prediction, and I think that's it, guys. I think that's all we got for you guys who were watching. I appreciate everybody watching, and I appreciate you guys for coming on. Juan, where can we find Sports Dynasty Podcast? Give it to me, man.
You'll find us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play Radio, and all the other platforms that you'll find podcasts. And on YouTube also, Sports Dynasty. We have a group on Facebook that we do pick'em contests every single week. So you want part of that, join our Facebook group on Facebook, Sports Dynasty Podcast, and then give us your picks every week before Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern.
All right, Captain D, where can I find man?
Real quick, just want to say thank you, Mafia Sports Support, Sports Dynasty Podcast. Had a blast tonight. Thank you for having me on. You can find me at Captain D _ at Finstalk. Let's go Dolphins. Let's get back to 500. Thank you so much for having me on.
No problem, brother. And you know where you can find me. Obviously, we do this every Saturday at 7:35. Weird, funky time, but I like it. 7:35 is different. Every Saturday, 7:35. All right, thank you, Jack. I appreciate you, brother. I got these awesome guys coming on. I know next week is Trevor, right? Coming on?
Yes.
All right,
so the wedding. Yes.
Juan's going to wedding conveniently after, of course, the Tampa Bay New England game.
I mean, we all said we're gonna lose, so I'm not ducking nothing. Like,
I'm just fucking with you. Captain D on as usual every Saturday, and then I'm also, you guys, I want to tell you, Mondays at 6:35, I'm doing a post game. Every Monday at 6:35. That's new, by the way. And then on Fridays, I'm on hashtag sports at 7:30. So I'm all over the place. I appreciate everybody, and I thank you guys for coming on with me, man. I couldn't do this without you. It's fun, and we'll do it again next weekend, man.
Yeah, man. This is always fun. Thank you very much.
All right, brother. Hey, no problem. All right. Well, Bills Mafia #1. Peace out.